Welcome to our deep dive on late career financial pivots. We will explore the decision many face during restructuring or early retirement offers. Stay longer to maximize pension, or exit sooner to unlock home equity and move to a lower cost market. We will move step by step, tie the numbers together, and discuss real-world trade-offs, including geography, employment, and family impact. Let's get started. Here is the plan for this video. First, we'll define the dilemma between maximizing your pension versus unlocking equity. Next, we'll explain geographic arbitrage and why it can radically change your retirement math. Then, we'll cover a practical due diligence checklist and the family dimension many avoid discussing. After that, we'll walk through a case study and test your knowledge with quick quizzes. Finally, we'll summarize the key takeaways and next steps. Late in your career, sudden restructuring or early retirement incentives can force a decision you hoped to delay. Do you continue working to reach a larger, safer pension? Or do you accept a reduction now and use your home equity to transform your cost structure? The truth is that this is not just a financial formula. It's a life redesign decision with long-term consequences. We will focus on the numbers and also on the practical steps to reduce risk. Before we proceed, this content is educational and not financial advice. Everyone's situation, tax profile, pension formula, and risk tolerance differ. You should consult a fiduciary financial planner or tax professional to model your exact numbers before making any commitment. With that in place, let's continue. Let's define the dilemma clearly. On one side, maximizing your pension increases your guaranteed lifetime income, a highly valuable, low-risk stream. On the other side, taking an incentive or early retirement creates immediate flexibility but lowers the guaranteed floor. The hinge of this decision is whether you can convert home equity into a debt-free lifestyle in a lower-cost market. If you can eliminate your mortgage and meaningfully reduce taxes, insurance, and utilities, even a reduced pension may cover a much larger share of your expenses. That can allow part-time work to be directed mostly toward investing and lifestyle rather than survival. As we advance, we will quantify what meaningful means. This mind map organizes the decision space. In the center sits the late career pivot choice. One branch covers the pension approach, emphasizing the value of maximizing guaranteed income and mitigating longevity risk. Another covers equity, where selling a high-cost home unlocks capital to retire the mortgage and buy in a lower-cost market. The geographic arbitrage branch highlights how lower monthly expenses can create surpluses that can be invested. The risks branch underscores employment availability in the new area, family disruption, market timing, and healthcare considerations. Finally, the actions branch provides a checklist. Build budgets, secure local employment, analyze pension versus incentive, and plan logistics for relocation. Geographic arbitrage is about moving from a high-cost market to a lower-cost one to restructure your cash flow. The single most powerful target is to eliminate your mortgage entirely. When you erase principal and interest payments and reduce taxes and insurance, you transform your monthly budget. As a result, a reduced pension may now cover a much larger share of expenses. The part-time or bridge income you earn during the next 5 to 10 years can then flow primarily into investments and discretionary goals. This is how you compound stability and optionality simultaneously. Let's compare the two paths. Maximizing your pension generally yields a higher guaranteed income for life, which reduces investment risk and sequence of returns exposure. It is usually preferable if your current job is still acceptable and stable. However, it may not address high housing costs and can limit near-term liquidity. Early exit plus equity conversion can deliver a debt-free life and a dramatically lower burn rate, creating freedom and a high savings rate from part-time work. But it comes with execution risk. You must secure suitable employment in the new area and ensure the numbers produce enough margin of safety. These round numbers illustrate the mechanics. In the HCOL scenario, a large mortgage plus higher taxes and utilities push core spending above $7,000 per month, while a reduced pension of $3,600 covers only about half. In the LCOL scenario, eliminating the mortgage and reducing taxes and utilities cuts core spending to just over $3,000, so the same reduced pension more than covers necessities. That flips your monthly cash flow from deficit to surplus, enabling you to invest most of your part-time income. Before moving, you need to de-risk the plan. First, estimate your net proceeds from selling your home after agent fees, closing costs, and taxes. Second, Rigorously model your total housing costs in both locations, including taxes, insurance, HOA, and utilities. Third, secure an actual written employment offer in the new area before you relocate. Fourth, stress test your budget for healthcare shocks, inflation, and home repairs. Fifth, compare the lifetime value of maximizing your pension versus taking the incentive today, accounting for survivor benefits and cost of living adjustments. Sixth, hold a cash reserve covering 6 to 12 months of essential expenses at the destination. Finally, plan logistics with buffers and research schools, community, and commute conditions to avoid surprises. Family considerations are often the hardest part. It may feel stabilizing to avoid a move, but stability funded by unsustainable housing costs is fragile. A debt-free home base and a lower burn rate reduce stress and uncertainty, which benefits everyone in the household. Children tend to adapt, while living with constant financial anxiety has hidden costs. If you choose to move, make it decisive. Partial steps like downsizing but keeping a mortgage or moving without employment secured can create ongoing uncertainty. Commit to the full solution. This sequence diagram shows the flow of decisions and interactions. The employer triggers the process through restructuring. You work with a planner to model pension versus incentive trade-offs. A realtor lists and sells the HCOL home while you engage with employers in the lower-cost area. Only after receiving a written offer do you accept the incentive and proceed to close the sale. You then purchase the LCOL home with cash and begin part-time work. From there, you systematically invest the monthly surplus. Quiz time. The question is, what is the single most powerful objective of geographic arbitrage in late career pivots? Option A, increasing your commute time to find cheaper gas. Option B, eliminating the mortgage to slash fixed costs. Option C, selling stocks to raise cash for moving. Option D, taking the earliest possible Social Security benefits. You may pause the video now to think about the answer. We will discuss the answer in the next section of the video. The correct answer is B, eliminating the mortgage to slash fixed costs. Removing principal and interest payments is the core lever that changes the coverage percentage of your pension and enables you to redirect part-time income to wealth building rather than survival. Second quiz question. Before moving to an LCOL area, what must you secure to minimize execution risk? Option A, a new gym membership. Option B, a written employment offer in the LCOL area. Option C, a larger car for the move. Option D, a vacation rental for 3 months. You may pause the video now to think about the answer. We will discuss the answer in the next section of the video. The correct answer is B, a written employment offer in the lower cost area. This reduces the risk of relocating without income and ensures your plan can be executed without tapping emergency reserves prematurely. In this simplified case, a late 50s worker with a reduced pension of $3,600 per month and part-time income of $2,000 faces a large HCOL budget exceeding $7,000. After selling the HCOL home for $950,000, paying transaction costs, and extinguishing a $450,000 mortgage, about $450,000 remains. Buying a $350,000 LCOL home with cash and reserving $50,000 for moving and contingencies leaves approximately $50,000 to invest. The LCOL budget sits near $3,000 per month, so the pension covers necessities, and the part-time income adds to a surplus of roughly $2,600 per month. Invested consistently for 7 years at a 5% real return, this can add around $250,000 to the portfolio, significantly improving long-term security. These pie charts compare spending composition before and after relocation. In the HCOL scenario, the mortgage dominates nearly half of the budget, crowding out flexibility. In the LCOL scenario, the mortgage disappears, and the mix shifts to recurring categories like healthcare, taxes and insurance, groceries, utilities, and transportation. The absence of a mortgage creates room for saving, even if other categories remain substantial. To recap the essentials. If your job is still tolerable, maximizing your pension remains the safest baseline. Geographic arbitrage becomes compelling when it clearly eliminates the mortgage and reduces total housing costs. Do not move without a written job offer at the destination. Stress test your budgets and maintain a substantial cash reserve. The lower burn rate is what converts part-time earnings into long-term wealth. Finally, commit fully to the plan, rather than taking partial measures that leave costs elevated. As we close, remember that the choice is not purely emotional or purely financial. It's both. Use your equity strategically to eliminate debt if you choose the early exit. But respect the safety of a larger pension if your work remains tolerable. Always anchor your decision to real numbers, not rough estimates. Secure employment before moving, and align family choices with long-term financial security rather than short-term comfort. With a deliberate plan, you can convert uncertainty into momentum. Thank you for watching. If you found this valuable, please like the video, share it with someone facing a similar pivot, and subscribe for more practical money strategies. Tell us in the comments about your numbers, your market, and your plan. We read every comment, and your questions help shape future videos.